Have you ever known that you need to change your behavior in some important way, but for whatever reason, the old behavior is running on autopilot and it's not making your life better? Well, in this video, we're going to help you change that, teach you how to generate new behaviors.
I like it.
All right, we got Mike Mandel in the house. Let's talk.
Well, we're going to take this from neurolinguistic programming, and I'm an NLP trainer. This is a very useful technique called the new behavior generator, and there's different variants on this. But the reason we like this is it's quick, it's easy to do, and the results can be startling in your life.
So if you're an NLP practitioner, you probably already know this if you've studied NLP. But if you haven't, you can learn from this video enough to do this on yourself or help a friend, guide them through the process. So basically, this can be self-applied, or you can learn this and help someone else through the process.
And the best part, Chris, is it really, it's very, very easy to do and very quick. And you don't have to believe in it. You just have to walk through the process and it'll work for you.
So maybe as a starting point, while you're watching this video, pick a behavior that you feel stuck in and that you would like to change.
Or even just dramatically improve. So let's say you choose a behavior and the context you're going to need it. So let's say somebody wants to be a better presenter, a better speaker. So the context is what? Oh, when they're speaking at the end of the year to their, office members, whatever, they feel that they could do a better job, but they're not doing a good job.
Could be their everyday interaction with their spouse or their kids or their boss or colleagues. It could be being more present for their friends. It could be anything like that.
So let's make it specific though. Let's say it's someone being a better presenter. Now, they presented before, they've done an award ceremony, whatever, and they're not quite comfortable with it. They know they could do better. This is a perfect thing. So we'll use that as the example. The context is going to be that award ceremony that's coming up where they're going to MC. So that's the context. What's the behavior? To speak well, to speak congruently, powerfully, hold everybody's attention.
And what's their old behavior? What's the stuck behavior?
Just knowing they're not as good,
sort of
feel a bit mousy, a bit unconfident, whatever. So the first thing you must do, and let's presume it's you, is you have to find a model. This is, I don't mean like a supermodel, although it'd be interesting. I'm just saying you have to find someone to model who can already do this behavior well. Now, the interesting thing here is it doesn't have to be a real person. It could be somebody who's fictional.
Oh, you could
really doesn't matter.
Harvey Specter from, what's the name of the show again?
Not Mad Men, the other one.
That lawyer show. Suits.
Suits. You go into court with no briefcase, no folio, nothing. Just walking, no cell phone,
just commanding presence.
Yes. So let's say you want to speak really powerfully. You're going to decide on someone to model. Excuse me, a bit of a
Raymond Reddington.
Touch of cringe here. We could model Raymond Reddington from the Blacklist, who's extremely confident in front of any group. So there's an imagined person. So let's suppose he's doing the award ceremony. So the first thing you're going to do is run a movie in your head of Raymond Reddington, James Spader, as Raymond Reddington, flawlessly presenting to the group. He's smiling, he's relaxed, he's effortless, and everybody's loving it, and he's having fun up there, and all his resources are online. So you watch him do this at the award ceremony in your mind.
I remember the first award ceremony I attended. It was just off the beach in Thailand. There was a young French waitress.
You're not trying to be him, though.
No.
So now, after you see him do this presentation flawlessly, you associate into it. So you imagine that you are him now. So you become him.
You're dissociated in the beginning, right? So
you're watching it happen.
That's a dissociated thing.
That you become him.
Step into him.
Yes. And you don't have to actually move, but you're making a presentation from where you're imagining you're the one doing it. And it feels amazing. And you're doing this fully associated as Raymond Reddington now. And you're doing this in such a way that you're doing it flawlessly. Everything is just working. Now, when you've done this and you felt what it's like to do it flawlessly as him, now you dissociate back to where you are and you watch yourself doing it exactly like he did, effortlessly, flawlessly, confidently. So you've associated it to him. You felt it from the inside of doing it. Now you dissociate and you see yourself doing it and you watch yourself do this flawlessly as though you'd already learned how to do this. Got all the skill sets. And now you associate into practicing the behavior in context. So now you imagine you're just inside the experience. You say, I'm on stage, I'm turning to the side here, everybody's listening. You now act it out in your mind.
Right.
And this is very powerful because then you can see yourself doing it and doing it flawlessly. Let's break these steps down. It's not as complex as it sounds. So you get a role model.
Step one, get a role model.
Imagine them doing it in that context that you want. Now imagine that you step into it and you feel you're doing it from the inside.
Step 2, associate into the experience of doing it as them.
Right. Now step out again and watch yourself do it.
Step 3,
flawlessly.
Step out and watch now yourself doing this flawlessly.
Right. And now associate into imagining you're speaking as yourself and you're doing it flawlessly. You're just running a little rescripting here, so it goes really, really well.
So step 4, I like this recap. Step 4 is now step back in and do it as you. And then you're good to go.
Which is called future pacing.
Right. Now, this is kind of a cool thing because we often teach in NLP and hypnosis for our hypnosis students out there, present state,
target state.
Sorry, yeah, present state, associated, target state, dissociated. In this case, though, we're actually taking the step of associating into the new behavior.
Right.
This is a very different thing because the behavior is now a present state thing. You're not going to associate into a thin you body if you're looking to lose weight, because that's not a behavior. Losing weight is a state of your body, whereas eating differently, exercise, those are behaviors.
Yeah, right. Behaviors, processes that you have to run. And this is very, very clever. So the other person is doing it first, you're taking on their skills, and then you're imagining you have those skills.
Yes.
And it's brilliant because it's extremely useful. If you want to do this full on, choose a room where no one's around and actually stand up and step into the person. Use the physical motion and then step back and watch yourself doing it. By physically adding the motion, you'll make it even stronger, although you don't need
this would be, by the way, this would be a really cool live workshop topic.
I think so too.
Be great. All right, we're going to remember that one. I think we're good with that.
Yeah, let's just, in closing, how well does it work? Well, I didn't think I'd be able to do this today. I've just done it. I've got the behavior. I'm a genius.
You're always so weak on camera. I'm glad that you generated this new behavior of Wizard Mike.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, all right. So use the new behavior generator. Let us know in the comments, what are you going to apply this to? What old behavior are you going to significantly improve or completely replace with something else?
Right.
That's what we want to hear from you. Thanks once again, and good night.